We have an awesome show for you today. Court and I are going to be sitting down, as we are. We're going to talk about MLB The Show 22, giving you our full review in depth. Let's have some fun. Let's go. Hey everybody, welcome to Xbox A. I'm Matt, that's Court. Court's alive, and I'm happy that you made it and you're functioning. Court, let's deep dive today. MLB The Show 22. You and I are both loving it. And we had our impressions about a week ago, and we were like, okay, this is top game. You, my friend, like I'm going pretty hard into this. You are going to a new stratosphere when it comes to the show. Talk to me, brother.
Yeah, I want to stress how important this game is to Game Pass. It's from the numbers right now, it's the number one downloaded game on Game Pass right now. It's eclipsing everything. This game is unreal. Like, I'll give it to San Diego Studios with Sony. Like, wow, what a baseball game! Wow. I'm a huge sports fan, and I play the NHL games made by EA, and I'm always disappointed. And there's always like,
there's always the
they
thing.
make this game so you can play no money. And you can still go out and get all the great packs, get all the great players. There are ways to play this game and not put in a cent and still get rewarded.
Yeah.
They also do a thing for people like us where you can get Ken Griffey Jr.'s and Jim Edmonds, all these old players, but they don't suck. Like when you play EA Sports NHL games, you get like Joe Sakic and Jeremy Roenick and so on, and the players suck. Like you don't even put them in your roster; you just have them sit there. I'm playing. I'm doing things. I've got Mickey Mantle in my roster. I had Ken Griffey Jr. in my roster until I got Tucker from the Houston Astros. I had to take him out because he's good, but I've learned a little thing.
What'd you do?
So there is a way, and I want to give credit to the YouTuber that I sent it to you. There is a YouTuber out there that if you go on his YouTube, and I'll give him a shout out because he definitely is Gomes the Legend. He's got 70.6K subscribers. This guy has a video on how to complete Face of the Franchise program fast, and it's real. It's not cheating. You're not doing anything wrong. You're playing within the confines of the game and the way they've set it up. So you go out there and you download a stadium that he has created, Blank Slate, I believe it's called. He's pulled back the outfield all the way that you possibly can. So like you can hit home runs or ground roll doubles very, very easily. You then download this roster pack made by somebody else that puts everybody and calls them Joe Random. Okay, so then you're playing your Road to the Show with your created player, and you pretty much hit a home run with every swing of the bat. You're able to steal easily. You're able to get, on average, easy 1,000 XP every single match, and each match is like 5 minutes. So in a course of a day, you can do all the Face of the Franchise packs.
Yeah.
And he estimates it takes you a total of 10 hours to do. So in a total of 10 hours, you complete Face of the Franchise, and then you've got all these packs, all these stubs, and your team is stacked. Then you're able to go through the collections. You're able to sell some cards, because that's another thing the MLB The Show does. They don't have these gotcha cards. When EA gives you free packs or gives you cards for completing items, it's always no sell. They make it so you have it on your team, but you can't sell that card.
These ones you can go through it. You can go through and I could sell everything. Yeah.
Yes, unless you lock it into your collection.
Correct.
And that's the other thing. You can lock things into your collection, and EA, when you do that, you lose the card. When you do this in MLB The Show, you keep the card, you just can't sell it. That's the thing. Hey, you can do this, but you can't sell it now. But MLB The Show, like when we pull all these packs during Face of the Franchise, I can sell these cards. And you get 20,000 stubs. And stubs do rule the world, but like I started with, and I was explaining to you, I had about 6,000 stubs as of Friday, and just doing this grind yesterday, I'm over 25,000 stubs.
Jeez.
Plus, I'm unlocking packs here and there. I will say I did have a big problem, and then we're just talking game modes right now. I'm still having a problem with Conquest. I just can't figure it out. Maybe I haven't touched
Conquest yet.
It's hard for me, and it's a big long grind, so I just don't see the reward in the end. And then you have mini season. I do see the reward there because you get tons of XP by playing. But there was a bug that's in the mini season that it does crash out right before the finals. Go figure. but you can play that on rookie the whole way through and then unlock an Evan Longoria third base card, which is a great card to have into your collection. And I'm talking Diamond Dynasty because I'm addicted to it. And I've put zero money into this because if you go into Game Pass right now, you go into your perks, you get 10 free packs.
Yep.
And then you had the perks if you got it early. So then you've got all these packs and you're able to just start building a roster and building. And it's not as hard as I thought it would be to build a great team.
I found that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I've seen that you've unlocked some pretty decent cards too.
I got the Johnny Damon. I got Mike Trout. I got.
You got Mike Trout?
Yeah.
That's like the best card in the game.
Pretty sure it was Trout. Yeah. And then I got
Griffey. You got Bieber.
I just got Bieber yesterday.
And there's also a companion app, and I love me.
I know you do, but it is, and that's just Diamond Dynasty, which is, if you are into any type of packs, collectibles, grind in a sports game, I think that this, and you have better experience playing through NHL. I've played through NBA 2K a lot. We've both played through Madden over the years. I think the show does the best job of balancing it and giving you the depth. The depth in Diamond Dynasty, I just can't get over it. And I know the mode's been there for a while now, but something about it this year is just clicking. And sure, some stuff like Conquest, I'm with you. I opened it up, I went through the tutorial, and I touched it, and I was like, yeah, the payoff doesn't seem like a lot. And it's...
You went through the tutorial like 15 times in a row?
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, so I basically got all these maps in different areas that I got to hammer out. I'm like, I don't feel like doing that. But that's a good thing. I don't have to do things. I can go through and do 3 innings on rookie or veteran or whatever and have some fun. And I like the moments. I love going through different moments that I get over the years because you and I grew up with baseball hardcore in the 90s with Yankees and St. Louis and Boston and all these teams dominating. And I love going through all of these moments that I recognize and with the players. Standard exhibition, I always love live updates. That's not new, but I just love that I can go through regular season. And I guess a lot of it right now is just, it's almost a review of Diamond Dynasty because that is the standout mode. And to your point, the biggest win for players is Game Pass. It's free, and you don't have to spend a dime to do these things.
Yeah, and they reward you for playing. Many sports games, the EA, they got their gotcha mechanics in there, and they don't reward you for playing the game. The thing I love about MLB The Show is I can play an exhibition game with my Diamond Dynasty team. I can play, and I'm getting XP all the time.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what mode I play in, I'm getting XP. They give me XP, and they give you XP. They reward you for staying in the game, which will keep players into the game. It's almost like you getting XP for playing a game for how you're playing it is a good thing instead of just like getting it for challenges. Like in certain game, it's going to change. But yeah, I definitely took a shot there. But they
do a great job with it, and it does keep you in the game.
And the presentation of this game, like, let's be real here. You were talking about playing the thing. Have you tried retro mode yet? So you can play when you're doing the daily moments. Some of the moments.
Oh yeah, recently, for the daily, for daily challenges. Yes,
there's a Ken Griffey Jr. one where you can have to hit a home run, but it does retro, like it does the retro presentation, and I think that's.
It threw me off at first. I was like, wait, I'm like, what's different right now? And I was like, oh, the count and everything. All the display is old. And I was like, this is awesome. Those are the touches they do well.
Yeah, they take so much time and effort into the presentation of this game to make it like a warm hug. I know I've used that before to describe a game, but this is like, wow, makes me want to play more baseball. Like, I haven't wanted to play this game, a game this much since the Division 2, and I can't put this game down. Like, before we were talking, I was playing this morning. I get up in the morning and I'm playing, and then I have my lunch and I'm playing the game again. I'm just playing it and unlocking packs and having so much fun doing it.
We're not even like a month into the game, so I can't imagine that if both of us we're still playing this thing for obviously through the summer. And then into the real playoffs of baseball season, because there's going to be more rewards and challenges and everything keeps you in there. Like, we're going to be playing this all year long, always just kind of in the background. So I can't imagine what it's going to be like when it's Christmas time and you're sitting there and be like, how's your team? How's your player? how much?
It's gonna be Jack. It's my team, my Diamond Dynasty team. Hopefully, my goal is to get Vladdy as a Blue Jay fan. It's funny. I see people getting them, and I'm like, dude, I can't get a Blue Jay if I tried. Like, all I want is just a Blue Jay on my team.
Yeah, I got Jay Happ the other day. That was as close as I got.
Yeah, well, he's not even a Blue Jay anymore.
I know, that's the thing I got. I was like, I got the closest thing to a newer Jay.
So yeah, for me, the presentation of the game is second to none. I've tried every single mode. Yep. I just can't get over how well they've made this video game. Like I put out a tweet and I said it before. Hey, everybody who makes a sports game, just play the show and do that. I can't get over them rewarding you for playing this game
and pumping out a sports game and every 8 months, and the content
it's daily refresh of content.
Yeah, daily challenges, weekly challenges, even doing March to October. There is a ton in there. Being able to go through, I haven't even touched franchise mode to be able to go through there and manage my own team, because I'm sucked into a hole of either doing full live games and following along for the season, or I'm just in Dynasty.
Yeah, and I've tried online, like the Battle Royals.
Oh, yeah.
I just got worked. I'm not there yet. I've got to get better at the game.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I love the fact, I love games that are live service games that can still let you play single player. So don't be daunted if you're like, oh, I'm going to go online and I'm going to get schooled by everybody. Don't go online. You can play this game and never go online.
Oh yeah, I never go online for this. It's just
still do your Diamond Dynasty, still load up your packs, still be able to get things. Like, there's so many videos out there of no buy teams. And Jesus, if I can grind in the last 72 hours to get my team where it is, it's possible for anybody in this game. And if you're a baseball fan, I don't see how you don't play this game. It is free on Game Pass.
Is there anything that you think is negative, or you could say, yeah, not really nuts about these things? Because some of the things like conquest mode, I think there's almost, in some regards with Dynasty, as much as I love it, I think there's almost too much. I think if they kind of took out a little bit of the stuff, like, I like to be able to go through and, is it not conquest? What's the one where you're doing 3 games?
Showdown.
There's Showdown.
I like Showdown.
There's a couple in there where I'm kind of like
mini seasons is 3 innings.
Mini seasons I like. Is there anything for you that you're like, this is a little much, or they didn't really hit this, or it's not really working?
Conquest is not working for me. I don't know. It's just not a thing for me. I feel like it just takes too long to get little rewards. And yes, you can go out there and get free packs, and I've got a couple of them, but I just feel like it's not rewarding me for my time.
Yeah.
And then I did have my issue with mini season, but one thing I'll give to the team over at San Diego Studios is they've done 2 patches 2 days in a row.
True.
There's been a patch every day, literally, to try and fix everything for this game, because
they are always on top of it over the years too. Yeah. They patch the game months and months and months into its life cycle, so they always stay on top of it.
So those are drawbacks to me. There are modes in there that lock certain players and certain things that I can't get at it. I'm just like, all right, I guess I'm just not getting it, because that's just not going to happen for me. It's not my thing. And yes, I want to see how they allow for non-online players to get all the good cards too, because you do get some good rewards for playing online and playing those modes, but you can play the offline modes. So I will say, like, there is a good single player setup for this game, and I don't think there was as well last year. And I truly feel they were like, all right, let's make sure that single player who doesn't play online can still play the game.
You mentioned this last week, and I totally agree with you now that I've been real hard into Diamond Dynasty. Pack unlocks, pack openings is not it's not NHL, and it's not giving me that the animation. It's just a simple aesthetic. I understand that, and it's gambling in a sense, like, it's just that dopamine hit, but it doesn't have that pizzazz to it. I wish they put a little bit more effort into that, where they had a nice splashier animation. The simple turn your card is just whatever. You're like, you see one that you're like, okay, this is a better one.
Even the ripping of the pack is just like whatever. But when you play EA for NHL, they get you, right. Like, the pack is like, it's like it's ripping the pack, and then each player is like,
and you know me,
boom,
I play
boom,
a ton
hitting up on the screen.
I'm playing a ton of WWE 2K, and they have their kind of version of this in there for opening, for getting cards. And I'm playing it more and more because I'm kind of almost comparing it to the show, and obviously the show does it better. But they do have good animations, or decent animations, I should say. And even you can see like a card is glowing green. You're going to get an emerald card, and you know that you're going to get something good. They put a little bit in there, and I wish the show was like. It's funny because you said online, you're like, hey, EA and everybody else, look what the show is doing. The one thing the show should do is like look at, for presentation wise, look at what NHL is doing. Look at what EA is doing from just pack animations. It's a simple thing.
Well, exactly. We're nitpicking here.
Yeah, totally.
But like I said, I truly, truly, truly love this game. It's right now, as I said to someone else before, it is in my game of the year conversation. This is the second time a sports type game. Forza definitely was in my game of the year. MLB The Show is in my game of the year. I was having this conversation with someone the other day. I was like, when are we going to allow these games to be in game of the year?
Yeah, seriously, because the show gets, more often than not, it gets an 8.5 to 9, depending on the outlet, in terms of a review score. But it will never be in a game of the year conversation because it's a sports game. But I wonder if that almost changes with a game like Forza Horizon being in those contender conversations, being a racing game and being like my game of the year last year. Because I'm with you, the show is incredible. I think it should at least be acknowledged, because it's like, how can I have an 8?
It's got a 78, which is weird.
Really?
To be totally honest. Yeah, it's got a 78 Metacritic score. Critic scores, positives are 20, so it doesn't have not many people reviewed this game. So the critic score is 20 and 4 mixed reviews, which is hilarious. Positive is 20. It's only had 24 reviews, which is kind of what? Like why would someone review bomb this game? Like, the user score is 6.6, but it's just, that's weird. But I think it has a lot of review. Like, unfortunately, because this is a first party game, I have a hard time looking at Metacritic scores and going, all right, those are real. Like 0. This person, it's MLB The Show. It's a baseball game. It isn't good.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. People come in, they go, it's another one this year. It's like, well, then then you could just say Call of Duty and everything else is the same.
The person's like, lazy, broadcast team is bad, audio glitches, game sucks, 0.
Yeah. So I think that for audio and sounds of the show, commentary team.
I do have the glitches. I have had glitches.
Have you?
In my audio.
I haven't.
So when I'm doing Road to the Show, when they do, they cut to the two announcers and Cliff Floyd and another gentleman, I can't remember his name at the point. I've had audio glitches, but that got fixed after this patch. And so it was working this morning.
I find that I wish the crowd animations were updated. I love that they do so many different crowds, like animations of the crowd. It's never looking kind of the same. They put a ton in there every year. They always talk about it too, how they're like, we've increased the capacity. We make it look like we have more polygons and more people and different versions of them. But I'm still bored by like the inning is over and they cut to the guy in the crowd and he's got the sign and he's doing this. He's not holding a sign and he's kind of like the same face, and that's been like there for 5 years. Those are small details, but they also pan to it, they cut to it every time, and often enough that I notice where I'm like, come on guys, like you could increase this. I think I'm trying to think. I want to see more. I just haven't run into it yet, but more of the dynamic lighting. I know it's there because we have games that if you're doing a late afternoon game and then the sun is starting to set, I got to play more of those. I want to see it.
Play the Rogers Center. So you get a ton because of the sky.
You're going to get the.
I'm calling it Sky Dome. You get the huge shade.
You get the huge shade. Yeah. And there's other stadiums that will do it too, that you will get really, really cool dynamic lighting. I just need to see more of it through my playthroughs. But crowd noise, solid. I enjoy the commentary this year. I really do feel that it's way more dynamic. I feel like it has a breath of fresh air because it is new and maybe it will wear off. But I'm thoroughly enjoying it because I am listening to the game, listening to their commentary, talk about players, talk about what's going on, and it feels good and it feels cohesive.
And the developers mentioned in a dev diary, they actually took some in-game audio and put it into the game. So some of that audio that we hear is from live broadcasts from last year.
Smart. But that's the stuff you got to do. It's just keep taking the live content and patch it in. And that's how you keep a game going. This is what drives me nuts with so many games or even sports titles in general is the commentary feels lackluster or it's the same lines spewed out. Like, they're in the booth. Just record it and then pipe it in, patch it in. But I know they're doing the games every 8 months, so just get it out, be done with it. It's another expense. It's another cost of doing business. But I think this version of the show, you could give me this and skip another year and just keep patching it and updating it, and I'd be good.
Yeah. I am definitely of the mind that I think that these sports games should be just updated, like we just pay for roster updates. But that's 100%. Just my opinion.
But they lose out on a big chunk of money.
I know,
and that's the crux of it. Because I am totally with you. I do not need a show every year. I need one every other year to 3 years, and charge me $30 or $40 for a patched live roster update. Get the new season today. And they could also incorporate new things. If you said, hey, if you want to get the new updated season of the show, it's a $40 add-on, but it gives you new refresh stadiums, updates, updated commentary, and obviously your rosters are updated, and maybe a sprinkle in a mode or two that they do or tweak. That's an incentive for that player base to turn around and be like, absolutely, give me that. And then the next year, you're like, here is your full out refresh game, and that takes less pressure on the devs.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll get to that point with these sports games, and hopefully my biggest hope, because as a huge hockey fan, just EA, just copy this game, dude. Come on, man, just give it to me. Give me this game.
Give it to me now, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know in the comments below your thoughts of MLB The Show 22. Court and I are thoroughly enjoying it, but is there anything in the game that you're not too keen on? But we're totally enjoying it. If you guys enjoy this episode, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell, get notified whenever Xbox A is doing stuff, and we'll see you on the next episode.